Winners never quit is an interesting quote that many successful motivational speakers, entrepreneurs, um, marketing gurus, or whatever use in order to inspire people to never give up, to do their thing, to buy their course, buy their programs, or whatever. But in fact, out of my own experience and out of like everything that I'm learning now and people that I'm talking to, this actually could not be further from the truth. I know this is a very bold statement, but I'm going to explain the whole point here in this video. And if you're in a place where you kind of feel stuck, you don't know if you're doing the right thing, or if you have been like for months and months and months in the same position, you can't seem to get out of it, this video is for you, because this will get you like a whole new perspective on this whole topic. And you should definitely watch it until the end, because it's just like gem after gem after gem in here. So in order to start this whole video is like, people think that they should never give up in order to achieve anything they can or could or whatever in their life. Whereas again, this is not true, because unfortunately in life there's always certain circumstances that will determine whether you can actually achieve something or not. It might seem unfair, but it is just how it is, and we can't change this. It's like, you can have these personality traits, you can have these personality traits. If I'm 160 meters, I just won't become a professional basketballer. It is what it is. And I could train my whole life, and I could be like, yeah man, winners never quit, but is it realistic? Not even realistic, but is it possible for me to become a pro NBA player? It is not. So we just have to accept the fact that life is unfair at some point, right? What we also have to accept is that not all people are built to be an entrepreneur. It is the truth, or like not yet. Like they have to grow into becoming that person. Some people are these guys naturally, but majority of people are not, and therefore it is completely okay to first of all accept that fact, right? Because what I've seen, like with myself, with other friends of mine, with even family members, close friends, and people on the gram, is that they're in this dead end cycle, in this loop of, okay, you have your goal, you want to make 10, 15, 20K per month. You want to get there by becoming an online business owner or whatever, maybe starting your own marketing agency or dropshipping store. And then what you do is like you're very motivated, you want to make this shit work, and then you do your to-dos, and then it doesn't work out. And then over time you do less and less and less and less and less. And then you're kind of like in this weird phase between you still want to make the business work, but you don't do any work in order to get there. Now you also don't really want to give up. Like you're like, no, I'm holding on to this idea because winners never quit, right? Like if I quit, I will never achieve this goal either. So you're in this weird space where you're just starting to feel worse and worse and worse day by day, because you have your dream, but you're not working towards your dream, and you're just like losing self-respect because you're a lazy fat fuck. Not fat fuck, but a lazy fuck most probably, and I've been there as well. I'm not taking myself out of here at all, out of the whole thing, but there's a very smart book, like a very good book that I'm currently reading. It's called Range: How Generalists Triumph in a Specialized World. And I recommend everyone to read this book. It is not like your typical personal development book or whatever, but you actually like learn interesting stuff here. And how you should read books is not just like you fucking read them, but you read them, you take notes, you reread them, you study them. Like you actually study, you don't just read a book. And what he says in this book is that winners quit fast and often when they detect their plan is not the best fit. So before doing anything new, you have to define conditions after you should quit. So what he says here is that winners actually quit often. And this could mean I run my online business, and after 6 months I just see I'm not the type of guy who does the outreach or who does cold calls. Like it just doesn't work for me. And then I'm like, dude, I should probably quit in order to get to my goal on a different way maybe, right? Not just by me, myself, being the sole business owner trying to make the business work. You could also just go work for someone else, become that person, grow into that person, and then eventually build your own company, build your own business. Because what you do here is you get paid to experience and learn new things. If you're an online business owner, you obviously do that yourself as well, but you don't get paid for it. Like in fact, you probably lose money because you have some software going on, this and that, like your typical monthly costs, but you make no money. And therefore, this is amazing, and you have to just keep this in mind, because what he also says is that there's a thing called match quality, which is the degree between the work people do and who people are. If you're a very, very, very introverted person, you get anxiety just from talking to other people, especially strangers, and then you pick a business model, and I have friends, again, who do this. They pick a business model where they have to talk to people in order to sign new clients or whatever. They will never succeed. Like they will fall into depression because they have to do cold calls in order to get new clients, for example, but they're fucking afraid of doing so, and therefore they don't do anything, and they're stuck for months and months and months and months, and they start feeling bad. So you actually have to identify your match quality as well. Like, are you that person that does the type of work that is required in order to get to the goal that you want to achieve? And most of the time you're not, and therefore majority of people don't make their businesses work. That's why maybe 5 to 10% of online businesses hit like the first 10k month or whatever. Maybe it's even less. And therefore what you have to do is you just have to see like, okay, what is actually my goal? Not just because other people tell me I have to make 10, 20, 30, 100k per month. Like, what do I actually want? Where do I want to be? For majority of people, even like 5, 6, 7 grand per month is totally enough for the lifestyle they would want to have. Not saying this is for everyone, but just evaluate where you want to be and what do you need to do in order to get there. You could just fucking start working for another agency and become an A player within that agency, and then become the person that does the work required in order to run an agency themselves. And the good thing is, this doesn't even extend your timeline, because if you did your own shit and it didn't succeed, you wouldn't even make money at all, right? So this way you're getting paid to learn, you're getting paid to make all of these like experiences, and to grow into that person that does the hard shit. And this video might be hard for some people, but it is just the honest truth that majority of guys are just not built for it to become an online entrepreneur. Like an entrepreneur, like you actually take the shit in your hand and you do it yourself, which is completely fine. People have different strengths, people have different weaknesses. Me, for example, I'm the creator type of guy. Like, I think a lot, I visualize the product, the company and everything. But back in the day, I struggled with execution a lot, right? And it would have been smart for me to partner up with someone who's great at execution, who can execute my ideas, for example. But on the flip side, I know people who are great executors who are fucking very, very bad at thinking, like very bad at like having the bigger picture in mind. And therefore they would never be good entrepreneurs or like CEOs or whatever, because they just don't know how to do certain stuff, right? And fucking plane, bro. Yeah, they would never know how to actually approach like the business and scaling the business in itself. Like, what could a new product be? How can we get more clients? All of that stuff, because they just don't have the creativity for that. So these people could never be an entrepreneur to build something from scratch themselves. For these people, it would make sense again to then partner up with a more creative person, or become an integral part in someone else's company until they get the experience, the knowledge, and overall everything they need in order to maybe start their own business in the future. And that's why it took me a very, very long time to scale my own business to multiple 5 figures per month, because I didn't want to accept the fact that I should maybe take a step back and partner up with someone else who can help me with the weaknesses I have. Like, I also thought, oh, I'm this great dude, I can make it work by myself. And yeah, I made it work by myself, but it took me a long time. What I could have done instead was just like, again, partnering up with someone, or even working for someone and helping them on the like creative side of things, for example, on the like visionary entrepreneur side of things, and do that stuff. And yeah, this is just like for people, like to encourage people to think more, like to think more about the current situation. Where do you want to be? Where do you have to be? And where do you need to be? And where you're currently at, and what you need to do in order to get there. Because oftentimes you just look at ways that people force on us, that they say we need to do, this need to be our goals, whereas these are not our goals. And then just reevaluate your whole situation and then look at this, because realistically you're probably not built to be an entrepreneur, or maybe not, or maybe you're not built to be something else, and you just have to reevaluate where you're currently at. And yeah, I hope you liked this video. I hope this was helpful for you. Leave a like and a comment and let me know what you think, and then I see you in the next one.